What is good, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I am on Builds Creative, and I am also at my personal work. Very big work in progress, but what we're going to take a look at today is 100% complete. It took a very long time to finish, actually. You know, I went back and forth, spent a long time finishing up this build, but this is actually complete, and we're going to take a look at it. So, right here we have my church. Very large, very cool. And this is my Islemore Church, which is my first time-lapse build. Back in April I did this. Pretty cool, and we got a lot going on here since I last showed you guys this, especially on the inside. But without further ado, let's take a look. Alright, so for the landscaping, I try to make this as really beautiful and realistic as possible. So that's why I chose this sort of location. It took me a very long time to actually, I really flew around the entire creative map. This creative map is really cool, a lot of surprises, but you just gotta kind of like find the right area to build your certain build that you want to. So I found this area, thought it was a really good location, especially with the mountain in the background. I really think the mountain adds a lot. But I just popped this church right here and put a bunch of trees around it, which is basically what you can see here. But if you actually check out the time lapse, you know, it took me a long time to hand landscape a lot of this. It was actually pretty rough, but I smoothed it out. I really try to make it super smooth, and I think it really works with this build. And I also try to add a lot of trees, a lot of different variants of trees. I really feel like that adds a little more realism to the build. But as you can see, it turned out pretty nice. Got a pretty nice walkway, but we're gonna take a look at, you know, some of the stuff that I built around here. Actually, there isn't that much. There's actually just this fountain right here. And then we've got a forest with a bunch of bone meal spam around it. And we've got this gazebo here. I really like the location of this gazebo. It's like right at the edge of the water, which is pretty cool. But that is pretty much for the landscaping. Well, you got this little walkway here. That's pretty nice. It feels pretty nice walking through that too. But over here there's another sort of degraded walkway, and then you kind of end up over here at this lighthouse, which I still need to finish. So yeah, I'll finish that in another video. But we're actually going to take a look at the exterior now, because that's what I really want to talk about. Now, like I said before, this is actually sort of a rendition of, well, it's my rendition of the Islemore Abbey, which is located in Ireland, I believe. Really beautiful church, and I'm a big fan of it, well, of the style. You guys know I like Gothic. I have a bunch of other Gothic builds I've shown you. But as you can see, we've got these really cool windows, and really cool, I think, yeah, we got these really cool flying buttresses as well. But a lot of Gothic going on here. Now, one thing that is different from this build that I don't really do from a lot of builds are these windows. I don't really do these really narrow windows, but I think they really work in this build, and I really think it looks nice. But as you can see, a lot of repetition going on. But it is one of those builds that, you know, repetition really works. But if you're ever building a build like this, then here are some really cool features that you guys might want to check out. It's actually very simple. You know, it might look very, very complex on the surface, but it is actually pretty simple. But yeah, this build is pretty much the same as that one, just a smaller version. And then we got the rose windows, which pretty cool, but you know, I can't really do much with those. It's pretty hard to make these rose windows. They might be small, but try to come up with some different designs. But that is pretty much it for the exterior. We are going to move on to the interior, which is a bit of a handful. Okay, so there are a lot of entrances, but I think I'm going to start with the one that is actually from nearest from the warp start. So this is going to be the entrance that I'm going to start through, so I'm just going to walk in. Now in here, we've got this cool entrance room. Pretty neat, pretty grand. Now, I'm using, I think, oh, that's Bill's right there. I made a statue of him right over there. But yeah, this is the, one of the entrance rooms. Got the build symbol right there. This is built on BCS, of course. And we got these cool arched windows here. Now, I was planning to make a stairway from this room all the way up to the tower. As you can see, I already made like a little hole here. But I wasn't actually sure how to do that, so I just kind of left it out. But pretty nice room, pretty good first impression. Now in here, we have sort of another little hallway. I think I'm going to choose this room first. That's a big grand room. But this right over here, I think there used to be a tomb here, but I kind of like switched it out. This is like an astrological clock. I know a lot of churches have these. Well, a lot of like pretty cool churches have them. A lot of them fancy ones that you see in like Europe. They got these things and they're pretty big, pretty fancy, very very ornate. Gonna move on. Now this is the grand room. This is the big church room. As you can see, there's the altar here, and they got this is the table that I don't know, but like every time I see these tables, it kind of reminds me of something that you'd like, perform a human sacrifice on. But yeah, I see these things on the churches a lot. I don't go to church much. I don't see them a lot, but yeah, this is it. Got a lot of cool candles and stuff. Got the cross and everything. Got the whole setup here, and this is basically the big church room. Now, one thing, this isn't a house, so the showcase is a bit different. I'm not looking at different rooms and living rooms and stuff. But one thing that you guys should note when checking out something like this are the very small details that you put in this build that really add up to the bigger image here. So for example, these pillars and everything, these windows, just gotta look at them and check them out. Take some inspiration. But as you can see here, there's also a lot of custom textures as well, with the purple and the stairs. I don't know why I chose black, but I thought it looked nice, so there we go. And of course we got these windows too. These archways over here and the windows. But we're gonna move on to this room here. Now this room is another small little chapel kind of area. Pretty neat. For some reason I kind of actually wanted this window to be lower so you can check out the sea sort of view, but yeah, that didn't really happen. Looks pretty nice though. Got the same kind of setup with the candles and everything. A bit more tight, but it's all here. And we got the chandeliers, of course. Now, one really cool, neat interior design that I actually included in another video was these little candle designs here. I really like this. I think it is like kind of world edited, so probably couldn't make that in vanilla, but it looks pretty cool. Now we're gonna move on to the crypt kind of area. Now this chandelier design is actually pretty recent. I think I built that like 2 days ago. But this is like the tomb area. Now I don't think this is like a necessary place to put a tomb. I think that these things like are usually underground or somewhere else. Now I wanted this to be another chapel, but I thought this would be actually a little boring having just 3 chapels in like the same place. But here we go. Got some tombs. I might put some other stuff here. Like I said, I could just add more. But that is basically it for this place. Let me see if there's anywhere else. I don't think there's anywhere else. I think let's just exit out of here. Well, yeah, this was supposed to be the original entrance I actually wanted, but as you can see, all the signs are here. Whoops. Yeah, let's exit out the other room. Alright, so you walk out here. This is the walkway. Pretty nice place. Now, the purpose of this walkway, too, was I actually wanted people to check out this view. Hypothetically speaking, if this was actually like a tourist place, this would be a great place to take pictures and stuff, but, yeah, very picturesque view over here. So this is I call this clergy house. I don't actually know what you call these things, but this is the big meeting place room. Don't know what you call it, but I added a bunch of seats and stuff. I know like larger cathedrals and larger religious areas and institutions have these places, but I thought it was actually a pretty cool place and something that you could add to a build. So here we go. Pretty nice area. You can sit in these little chairs, and you got the table. Long live the goose. There's the goose statue. But we're gonna move upstairs because this place is actually more compact than the other place. Now this room is actually the most recent interior that I did. I actually did this like very recently, like a week ago maybe. So I'm gonna walk up here, and there's not much here, but it's just a room with a view. Got a view down there, and you got a really nice church organ, pretty neat. And you got that's pretty much it. An organ and a statue, of course. Got a statue. I think I borrowed the statue from another build, but I'm not sure about that. But I think that is all the rooms. I might include another room over here, or just like something else, but I really wanted to put something here, I think, as well. Whoops, there is a broken block. Gotta fix that. There we go. But that is basically the entire tour of this entire church. Now, if you guys really like this place, you guys think it's really nice looking, then I advise you guys to come here yourself, I'll leave all the directions in the description. Now, this place is sort of resource pack intensive. I think the only thing that's actually like intensive about this resource pack, about this build, are the pillars in here and the windows. So just keep in mind when you're taking a look at this build. But I think it is pretty compatible with default. Alright guys, that is basically the entire showcase right there. If you guys enjoyed it, then be sure to check out the time lapse of this build. You guys can see me build this entire thing at once. Also, be sure to come on here and check it out for yourself. There's a lot of stuff that I might have not gone over, and maybe you guys want to check out some other parts of this place too, as well as the rest of this map as well. A lot of cool stuff on here, a lot of progress being made on other builds. So come on here, check it out. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys later.